Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning, good morning. This orange monster always gets me. I apologize in advance if I uh, have problems with that. Morning channel member Dan, channel member Rob, channel member Brian, channel member Ivan, channel member Joseph, channel member Jason, channel member Frank, and channel member Bob. Good morning, everybody. And I think we're gonna do a live stream for FOMC for channel members. What do you think? What do you think? Does that sound good? Um, Probably started just before 2 p.m. And so watch out for that. If you're a channel member, if you're not a channel member, well, you have the opportunity to be a channel member. It's only $5. Anyway, um, give behind the scenes stuff, and this will be the first live stream bonus I've done for channel members. So anyway, think about it. It's your choice. You don't have to do it. And welcome. Hey, channel member General Rush. Good to see you, sir. And the list is small today. Imagine that. We have a big cautionary indication on S&P 500. I guess I should probably just start with the disclaimer. Throw that up here. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. Just because I predicted it in the past and I've gotten things right in the past doesn't mean I'll ever get anything right in the future. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining. Hopefully you're entertained. That's why you come hang out with me. And it is not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument. Hey, thank you, I don't even know how to say your name. Sanjeev, thank you for becoming a channel member. And so that means there's no recommendation to be buying options, stocks, Forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries, bonds. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. If you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor, which is not what I do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not even telling you what might be a good idea to do. You got to make your own decisions. It's like Laura this morning. What do I think on gold and silver dropping? I mean, anything's possible, but I think I personally don't feel like it is. It's highly likely, but we could get a pullback that sucked everything down. It could be a risk-off thing, could be a knee-jerk reaction today on the FOMC. This is a big event today. We've been sitting up here. We popped the rate back here in July of 23. Been sitting at this rate for more than a year. This will be the first change they've made in over a year. Over a year. It's not a class, just a live stream, Kathy. It'll be on YouTube right here for channel members. It's for YouTube channel members. It'll show up as a live stream. I don't have it set up yet. It'll be for the 2 p.m. Eastern FOMC meeting. I'll probably live stream the live reaction. So anyway, talk about it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe listen to Powell talk. I don't know if I'll stay live that long or not. It depends on if it's spicy or if it's pretty boring. Anyway, the market rate is dropping. They've been holding. I don't think they should have raised that rate that high. I thought they should have stayed down here at between 4.5 and 4.75. They went on up. They sat there for a long time. And now, Powell's saying it's time for a policy change. But he didn't say what a policy change was at the symposium, the Jackson Hole Symposium. So we do have this coming up at 2 p.m. Thank you, channel member Ted, now a member of the channel. And so this is the big show today, right here. Right here. Right there. Fed funds rates announcement. Do they cut? Probably. I mean, if they don't cut at this point, people are going to be really upset. Really upset. I don't think they need to cut. I think they should probably just, provide the market stability. But the market definitely expects them to cut. They expect them to cut a 0.5 point. I think if they cut, they're going to cut a 1/4 point. And I think the market is going to be disappointed. That'll be the story. And I'm talking about the story that's going to be pervasive in mainstream media, is that traders are disappointed and we got a pullback. All right. I think that's the narrative that's going to be, pushed forward. Economic projections. FOMC statement. Right there. And then we get the press conference at 2:30. Powell's going to come out and talk. And how come you're only mentioning channel members? Because those people chose to support me. So they put more faith in me. So right there. I'll talk to everybody, but anyway. That's the big show today, right there. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. That's Eastern time. Today, this will be an interesting wild ride. Now the problem, as I said, the problem that we set up in the market is right here. We made a higher high, higher than this high right back here. We made a higher high. This creates a problem, a potential problem. It's not like this is the problem, period. We set up, missed that one right there. Click it. And right there, that was the high over here. Here's the current high now. And that can complete the move up. All it takes, the minimum requirement, was a higher high. For this entire move up off the lows, we have to go back up higher time frame here. The move up off of this low, back here in 22, can now be complete. That whole move could be complete. Right there with that higher high. We met the minimum requirements. As we go into a big announcement. A big announcement. So, where does this leave us? Just clear the chart. Here's the potentials. This zone, if we did a big retrace that retraced the entire move up, that could be supports. And then we could go higher again. That's a potential possibility. All right. Just looking at big picture. Like if that finished up, that entire move up, you see we did consolidation in here, big move up in the middle, retrace, and that 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 3 4 5 5 4 5 4 5. That could be complete. You could look at that move up as a completed potential 5 up. A lot of people are looking at it as a corrective, like an A, a B, and a C with 5 waves in the C. That could be finished. That with that higher high right there, that could be finished. This is a major concern of mine right here today. Now, smaller time frames, we might just get a pullback. Zoom it up. Look at this. The last little move up here. That higher high, could be 1 2 3 4 5. That could be a 5 up potentially off of this low, this high. We could get a pullback from here to here and then break out further. We could. And this is being very sloppy. I don't like that. I'm going to turn off the snapper. I don't like that snap thing. That could project us on up. If we're going to be bullish, we could potentially go on up here. So there's a bullish case. But it starts with a pullback back to about 5,300. We were at 5,600. That's a big pullback. Big pullback. So watch out. Now, other scenarios. Look at that. That would be down to the daily roadmap line also. Right in here. Daily roadmap line. If we break the daily roadmap line, here's what comes into play. Why am I talking about downside? Because with that higher high, the potential to get a pullback is very large. And if we break support, we break the daily, which is right here. This is the daily roadmap line right in there. Weekly is right there. And look what's right below that was that oval I drew for the 618 retrace of the whole move up off the low from back here. We could go hit the top of that. It could go pretty fast. It could go down pretty fast. More likely to take a little while. That's usually the way the market works. It usually takes us a little while to go down a large amount like that. I'm warning because of the severe potential for a deep retrace here. I'm getting a lot of lines on the chart. There's a lot of possibilities here. Most of which looks like we're going to retrace off of that high. Even the monthly chart. Looking pretty cooked. We could be in the finale of this move up right there. You see what the level is right here. You see that number? That's 1,500. If we were to break the weekly and the monthly, we could come down here. And it could be a correction that lasts a long time. Hey, Kimberly is here. That's my favorite subscriber right there. So watch out. All right, there is potential that this be the last move we have for a while. That's potential. Could be the last time we have for a while. So this is concerning to me. Very, very concerning. All right. With that high, we've made the potential that we finished, and we come up short of the target that I've been talking about right here. That little high could ruin the party. Sometimes the charts muck it right up. That gave me a question mark when we did that and reject, especially the way we rejected it. We rejected it very quickly after we made it right back down. We'll see what happens today. FOMC, I don't expect us to do much of anything. Rolling into 2 p.m. Just kind of float along here, wait. The market will be waiting. It would probably feel like. We're waiting. There's the market just opened, and we're basically opening flat. We've been flat all night. Got that little flash retrace there at 1 o'clock. Basically held support into the close, popped up and just held steady all night. Nothing. The market's waiting. All the bots are waiting. Everything's waiting. This will probably just chop potentially in this range around 5,700 on ES, which is the S&P 500 futures, which is around 63.40, 63.30, 63.20 right here on the cash index. Now, you're like, well, how do I know what the difference between the cash index and the futures are? You can just do this. Right there's the difference, 71 points right now. All right. Why aren't they the same? Because futures have a time component to their value. We are now on the December contract. The rollover happened That's why there's a large gap right over here. It was near 0, and then we just gapped it up to 70 points. And that'll, as we come back toward the expiration in December, we'll bleed that off. So ESZ 2024 is the actual contract we're on right now. That's the actual futures contract. And it didn't make a higher high, oddly enough. Interestingly enough. So futures contracts do trade a little different. Well, we've been trading on ESU 2024. Here's the September one. And it does expire this week. I think it may have expired today. No, it's still ticking. Nope. I thought I saw it move, but nope. All right. That's the way futures work. The September one, finito. So now we roll with December. And the codes are like ESM is June, ESU is September, ESZ is December. The letter codes are weird. To me anyway. And can't remember the pulling a blank on March. We'll be on March before you know it, though. So crazy. All right. So big thing this today is the FOMC meeting. That's going to move the market. That right there, just sideways. Just sideways. Sharing it along. That stock's above the 20-day. Came back up really close to 80. That's another indication we may go down. Right there. That almost touch of 80 could bring us right back down here. It would not surprise me one bit. S5 FI, stock's about the 50-day. Look at that. We touched 80 again. Every time we've been up here for a while, we've gotten some sort of pullback. Now, it doesn't mean we can't push a little higher. Certainly have been on an uptrend. That can come back down. So, stacking the odds that we may get a pullback. S5TH, stock's above the 200-day moving average. Lower highs. That can go down again too. All right. Why haven't I talked about NASDAQ or NQ? Well, let's go talk about NASDAQ. The big thing, and I don't usually talk about the cash index for NASDAQ, but right here, high, lower high, lower high. Here's what we have. Here's what we have. This is the situation. We've got that high, that low. We turned down at a resistance point. We did push it a little high, but we turned down and we came back to the roadmap line. This is one for the bears. All right, one for the bears that we turned down at resistance. Right here on that retrace, we turned up at the market roadmap line and the 618. That's two for the bulls right there. Double support, that's a little stronger than where we turned down here. Good. This high, this low, we came up, and just like we found the resistance here, we stopped. That stacks it. Another one for the bears. So we got two for the bears, two for the bulls. So what does that leave us? Who's got the advantage? Nobody. That's a coin flip. This is why I'm concerned. S&P made a higher high. That stacks one potential for the bears. There's not really a bull case for S&P right now. It basically sets one for the bears, and continuation that we haven't seen yet is the bullish case, which, question mark. This is why I got really concerned when we made that higher high yesterday. Dig into these charts. This one also, same kind of situation here. And we can go look at the RUT, which is the actual cash index for the Russell. So we have the same kind of pattern going here. We turned down at resistance. We came down to the roadmap line. So that was 1 for the bears. We found support at the roadmap line and the support zone. That's 2 for the bulls. And we retraced up here. Did not make a higher high so far today. That's another one for the bears. So we're stacked 2 and 2 again on Russell. Coin flip. I'm uncertain. This has the opportunity and the setup to potentially go higher, just like NASDAQ. But we didn't make any kind of confirmation with a higher high. This is a bummer. It's a bummer. I'm oil pulling back a little bit. We've got support here. We've got resistance here. We need to take back that whole big candle if we're going higher. Otherwise, with the proximity to the roadmap line, which is far away, further down, maybe what we get. We could flush further down on oil. 50 being the big support. Gold, probably going to keep chugging right in this area. Like, Laura, your question, do I think it's going to pull back? No, I think it's going to consolidate right here. That's what I think it's going to do. Another one of these right over here. Could be longer, could be shorter, could be the same duration. So we consolidated about like that. Come on, move up there. So we could consolidate about like that again. Could take us in October before we move in gold again. Bitcoin tried its darndest to break out yesterday. Got slammed back down toward the end of the day. Look at that. Tried and slammed down. Now, the beauty of what it did, very 3 wavy, and it may need a little more dip right down to here, back down to the 59 area. If it hits there, finds support, breaks back above right here, line, that looks pretty good. Pretty good potential on the small time frame. We do that, and that looks pretty good. Pretty good for going higher, but it could in fact go lower. And Ethereum, our buddy Ethereum here, really would look better with a lower low. Really would look better with a lower low. One flush further down. That could drag Bitcoin down. We may see a liquidation event in the market. It could suck a lot of stuff down. Side 1 exclamation points. Silver, just consolidate. We came up lower high. I really wanted to see this get a higher high. It does concern me that we stopped right there with a 3-wave move up without touching any of the fib extensions. I am concerned. This could pull back again. Could make a 618 retrace for silver. Could come right back down to 29 again. If it does, I want to see that hold. I don't want to see it revisit the roadmap line again. Not that fast. Not, 5 days up and 2 days back down. That would not be the most bullish case for silver. If we can hold right up here, that'd be more bullish than coming down to the roadmap line again. All right, dollar. Looks like that may break lower. We'll see on the FOMC meeting. That really looks like we may go cruising down. Next support down's at 99 and then target at 96-ish, 96, 97. And if we get below that, we may come all the way down to the low 90s. Possibly even the high 80s. NKD, not super strong here today. Not super strong. Why have I been watching this? Because these last two liquidation events in Japanese stock market directly correspond with two big liquidation events in the US stock market. Which two am I talking about? I'm talking about this one right here and this one right here. That was August 5th right there, and this was the one like a week and a half ago. You're like, what? What are you talking about? It's this one right here and this one right here. Those two are directly correlated to those two that we saw in the Japanese stock market. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on things going south in the Japanese stock market. We get a bearish setup, cause for concern here. Right now, it's kind of hasn't really done anything to convince me. Like, we didn't get up to resistance. We haven't necessarily really found support. It's kind of moved into a potential to go sideways here and drift sideways. We turned down at resistance. Haven't really broken support. So we held 50%, which is pretty strong, but we could dip just a little lower. If we break down through 34, that gives me concern. We're going on down, potentially all the way down to 24. We start breaking that 34 zone. So there's a zone right in here about 34. And then the next level down is this low from right back here. And we get below that stuff, and we could have the potential to come right down here. And losing 12,000 off the Japanese stock market is probably going to pull the US market down. Just realistic here. That move right there was about 9,000. This move down to here would be about 12,000. That 9,000 move right here, or right there on Japanese market, did that right there. That was about a little over 10% move down. Or 8%, 8%, I guess, in 3 days. I think everybody's quoting 10% from the top. Yeah, about 10% from the top. It was, in 3 days, we lost 8%. About 400 points here. You do 450 points. You do the math, if Japanese market loses 12,000 points from where we are now, that'd probably be like a 600 point drop. Maybe 700. If it directly correlates, right? 700 points. Right there. Not trying to scare you, just throwing out the potentials to keep an eye on. If the Japanese stock market starts setting up a very bearish, starts breaking those levels, watch out for a further flush. It will spill over into the US market. There's no way this will pull back and not affect US markets. All right, what's popping today? Biotech, nothing. Lunar. That popped over there. This looks like another one right here. And you can always watch it. You can always rewind, Janice, and watch it in slow motion. Change the speed. CRM, you can watch me at half speed. I may talk really funny, but you can watch me at half speed. Just click the gear icon there on YouTube and change it to slower speed. CRM, resistance, 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 all at the roadmap line. Watch out. This is higher lows. This is a solid resistance. At some point over here, we could break down. Team. Resistance. Man, even though these are on the poppers list, this does have an opportunity to break higher. We're going to have to get above this, switching back to CRM real quick. If we can break that resistance, there are higher targets, like 334. If we break down, we could go lower. That could be down here at 100. That's a large range. Team looks like we're on a path to come down and retest the lows. If not, get a lower low. In VVE, wow, what a dumpster fire. Reverse split, reverse split. How did I know those were reverse splits? The chart told me. Via. Wow, that's a. I wouldn't touch that with your money. It's kind of funny when there's nothing moving, like the absolute garbage stuff shows up on the list. That move, that move, that move could be a low in place. If we're going to go up, 114 would be the target area I would go for. And that is technically an entry on the close above the 618 today. If it doesn't just drop out later today, that'd be a potential trade for about $9 to the upside. All right, decliners. MGRC. Got to watch out when they turn down from resistance. Wow. Looking at the bigger potential on that one. Just like the S&P, that could be finito right there. That low, that high. We could come back down to this $80 area right here where we consolidated. Right in here. CWST. The list is not long today, so I'm probably going to cut this short here in a minute. I do have a bunch of bonus trades. Bonus trades were some pretty juicy ones in there. CWST right there. Probably going to retrace to the roadmap line. This looks like it would be they either run landfills or, let's see. Just based on the name, they either collect garbage or run landfills, or both. Let's see. I'm just curious. I saw an article that was talking about how there's not many engineers that know how to design landfills. I was like, that's like, I've spent most of my career designing and expanding landfills. Let's see, recycling, yeah, residential trash, resident business trash. It's like trash collecting, it looks like. It looks like they do run landfills. Do it up in Northeast. Yeah. I've dealt waste management around here, and then some probably companies you never heard of run landfills around here. It's funny, they all used to be local landfills, and now they've all been bought up by companies, and then those companies didn't want this little engineer from Knoxville, Tennessee running their landfill. Now keep getting phone calls about how the costs have skyrocketed since these bigger engineering companies have taken over that supposedly know how to do landfills. And yeah, we knew how to keep the cost almost nothing, because you don't have to do all that crazy stuff to landfills. You don't have to, but you know, some people don't understand. If you just do proper management, it cuts the cost way down. But if you just do willy-nilly, landfill costs are crazy high. So that one, likely to finish that right there. GLMD. Wow, that looks like a nasty chart. Biotech related, and dumpster fire, reverse split hiding in there. Another one that's probably coming back down. Cold is ultra short natural gas. Just go look at natural gas on the verge of a breakout. Watch for this to make a big pop. I think $3.50 to $4, probably where natural gas is heading. That's right, Dawn. Dumpster fire. MSTR, just hanging with Bitcoin. I thought we might. So I think we're going to finish this out right here. Do we pop? Do we drop? Out of here. I don't know. That's an unreliable pattern right there. Now, it looks like we entered this way. These are always B waves of some sort. Continuation, I give slight odds to continuation that way. But it's unclear. Like that's not a high probability thing. It could be that was the entry, and this is the A, B, C. I mean, this could be the move up, A, B, C, D, and then we pop. So it could be that was the entry into the pattern, and we get continuation that way. I don't know. Incredibly difficult, and it could be part of a bigger pattern. Could be part of a bigger pattern that hanging out here like this. And we just float around in here for indefinitely. I don't know. Difficult to say. This trades like leverage Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin is not moving, this isn't moving. All right, bonus trades. STRS. Dun, 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 dun. That high, that low, broke above right there. And let me expand this up. Turn on algorithm. Look at that. 28 trades, 92.86 profit factor 2, 36 bars average in the cycle here. Doesn't show the entry yet on this one. But right here you go. This 36 days. Right there. It's 50 calendar days, 36 market days. As somebody said yesterday, maybe Dawn, the candle maker isn't open on the weekends. So we don't make candles on the weekends. And that's why calendar days is longer than the number of bars. This is trading days right here. Average bars in trades. And that's pretty smoking. Pretty smoking. And if you've been here before and you're like, hey, don't you have one of those slick summaries for the trade? I do, in fact, have one. And you can pop that up, bring it over right here. You can see the target, 31.76, stop below 22, and $4 upside profit potential. 92% of the time it's worked out. 28 trades since 1992. It's not too shabby right there. Not too shabby at all. And RDWD at RDWR. Get the letters right. Say the right letters. So this one, pop this one over right here, make it bigger. Target 23.63, stop below 18. Upside potential only $1.67. Like but you know, that's a fair percentage gain. 81.82 historical percent profit, and profit factor 2.2. 29 days on average, 11 trades since 99. Not quite. It's only a third of a statistical population, but still a nice setup. Nice high probability setup. And that one right there. The high. There, the low right there. That was the entry, and there's the target up there. Turn off the alerts. You see that one? Now, you may be like, why is the statistics here different than what the other was showing? It's because of this. You got to go all history up through today. Generate the report. Notice it doesn't show me all the numbers, blah, blah, blah. And there you go. It's actually slightly different because we had another trade right there that's not in the database. We actually roll it back to when I did those numbers. There you go, 81.82 right there. So it actually had a win since this So it's actually got 12 in the history of forever. I have not updated it. I don't keep a live tally on them. So there you go. Has another winner right there. All right. Next up, pool. I don't. Did I bring pool's numbers? I did not bring pool's numbers. Got to get those. I got interrupted. I got a delivery of wire right before I went live, and I got interrupted. Let me grab pool off the list. I do have the ability to grab the numbers right here. Pop that baby up. I have to pull it over on a different. Let's do a screenshot thing. Make this bigger. So there's pool's numbers. Target is 389.59. Stop below 334.57. That's a wide range. That's almost 18 points upside right there. Look at the history. 91.3% with a profit factor of 4. 24 trading days on average on 23 trades since 1995. So this has got a heck of a history rolling right here on pool. Heck of a history. So the move we're looking at is right here to that low right there. 389.59 is the official number. I missed the low, probably just a smidge right there. 389.59. We're looking for that continuation from here up to there. That's a pretty sweet one. Pretty sweet one. I like it. And then HCSG. That one actually fired the entry right there. Got that high. We've got that low. There was the entry. 12.31 is probably the target. I'll have to go grab that because I did not screenshot it. This one, not quite the same as pool. Here's the numbers right here. Profit target at 12.31. Stop below 9. It's only a 77-cent upside though. That's a little, like I said, not quite like pool. 87.5% win rate, 3.7% profit factor. 171 days. Moves a lot slower. 24 trades since 1983. Not too shabby though. So only looking for that 12.31, 12.30, 12, right up there. That would be the target. Right there. Now 171 days is a while, so be careful out there. Alrighty. That's the bonus trades. So bias for the day is highly cautious into the FOMC meeting. I'm thinking, I'm giving, I'm going to say 55% odds we're dropping, 45% we're going higher. Slightly edging out odds for pulling back. Now, the pullback, I really want to see, really want to see this area hold right in here. 55. That's what I want to see. I do not want to see this broke. If this breaks, probably going further down. So 55, I want to hold. 54, do not want to test. If we get below 54, odds are we're gonna do a bearish correction. Probably go down pretty severely. All right. Any questions? That's the bottom line right there. That's the support. 55, 54. Get below that, we're probably not going to hold the roadmap line. It's probably going down. Probably going down. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think we're probably due at least a correction from 56 down to 55. And something just traded. I just got a fill on BHC. I don't even know what I was doing on BHC, but I just got Fill on BHC. Let's go look at that really quick. See what happened. Oh. Well, that will have just paid out. That high, that low. I don't know which trade I was doing. Maybe in a 30-minute. Yeah, probably the 30-minute here. It's being aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. I don't know which one of those I traded, but I was being aggressive and got out. All right. I guess for those channel members, I'll be live right around 2. I'll set up the live stream here in a minute. And for those who aren't, I'll see you in the morning. Same bad time, same bad channel. We'll see what the reaction is.